Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zabron Ernest. I teach mathematics at the Al-Muntazir Islamic Seminary, Girls Wing. This is a quick tutorial on how to construct some perpendicular lines, and this is specifically made for Form 2 students, all right? So there we go. Today, I'll be taking you quickly on how to construct perpendicular lines. First of all, I should start explaining what does perpendicular line mean. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if they cross each other at right angle. They cross each other at right angle. And when I say right angle, I mean an angle of 90 degrees. So today is what I'm going to show you. How do we construct two lines which are perpendicular to each other? Perpendicular meaning you have two lines meeting at an angle which is equal to 90 degrees. So that is what I will be taking it through. Now, to construct perpendicular lines, we need tools. We don't need a protractor to construct perpendicular lines. You can use a protractor to just confirm if your constructions is correct. What we need to have a pair of compass. We need to have a compass. So you need to have a tool like this, as you can see. And also we need the so-called a straight edge. You need the so-called a straight edge. When I say a straight edge is nothing but a ruler. So you need to have a ruler. So to construct two lines which are perpendicular to each other, we need a compass, which is here. This is a compass, and you need a ruler. However, you can use a protractor. You can use a protractor to just confirm if your constructions is correct. So for now, I'm gonna leave aside the so-called protractor and move on with a pair of compass and a straight edge, which we call it a ruler. All right. So I hope Form 2 students, you are now ready to go. Now, let us see the questions. Let us see the question. We have question A. Question A says, A is a point on a line. A is a point on a line. Can you construct the perpendicular at A? A is a point on a line. So what you are supposed to do is to take a ruler and draw such a line. So you take a ruler, go ahead drawing such a line. Now this line can either be horizontal like this. The line which you are going to draw can either be horizontal like this one. You just draw a line of convenient length. Don't draw a very long line. No. Just draw a line with convenient length of that much, for example. Okay, see that? Now, after drawing a line, now this line can either be vertical like so. I mean, it can be either horizontal like the way I have done, or this line, you can draw this line either slanting like this. You can draw that line either slanting like that, okay? Or you can draw this line vertical like that. Is your wish. You draw the line in a situation that will help you be comfortable when you are drawing that perpendicular line. So let me just use the line which is not horizontal, even not vertical, but the line which is slanting, or we call it the line which is diagonal. So I'm gonna use this line to construct a perpendicular at a point which is on a line. So A is a point on a line. Now I want to construct another line. Which will be forming an angle of 90 degrees here. I want to construct another line which will be forming an angle of 90 degrees somewhere there. Okay, so to construct this line, I need tools. I need tools to do that. We don't do it locally. We do it by using measurements. Everything should be done to scale. All right, so I'm gonna draw another line which is perpendicular, meaning forming 90 degrees to this line here. So step number one, A is a point on a line. So go ahead putting a point on this line. So I'm gonna start putting a point on this line. So A is a point on a line. So I can put that point maybe somewhere here. You can put that point somewhere here. You can put this point either in the middle of this line, is your wish. Okay, so with my demonstration, I'm going to put this point somewhere there. I'm going to put this point somewhere there. So then after putting a point on a line, then what I'm gonna do is start constructions. I'm going to start constructions as follows. Okay, now what do we do? Number one, we need enough space. We need enough space above this line, and even if possible, we need enough space at the bottom of this line. Okay, because I want to construct a line which is forming 90 degrees to this line. Now this line can be drawn like so, or this line can be drawn from down going up like that. You can draw that line anyhow else. Okay, so there we go. Now I want to draw this line at the very bottom. I want to draw that line starting from down going to the point. So A is a point on that line. So A is a point. So I'm gonna go ahead labeling this point, that this point is A. Okay, now I want to construct another line that is perpendicular to this line. Okay, so what I need to do is simple. I take this tool, which we call it a pair of compass. I take this tool, which we call it a pair of compass, and put it here. See, put it here. Put this point. Put this pair of compass somewhere there. Okay, then try to adjust this pair of compass in such a way that when you open, remember this pair of compass, the sharp point of this pair of compass should be at the point, because the question is construct the perpendicular at A. Construct the perpendicular at A. So we need to construct another line which will be forming 90 degrees at point A. So put your sharp point of the compass at this point A, and then try to open this compass to a convenient radius. Don't open it so much like that. No. Just open to the convenient radius. Okay, so let me move on. Let me open this compass to this radius. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is now to draw what we call arcs. You have to draw what we call arcs. So go ahead constructing what we call arcs. Okay, now how do we construct these arcs? Simple, just turn around this pair of compass, turn around like so, and then construct one arc here, construct one arc here, and then rotate your pair of compass like this, and come and cut another arc somewhere here. Cut another arc, cut this line by constructing another arc somewhere here on this side, and then you're good to go. Remove your pair of compass, and then go ahead labeling the new points. Now the new points are, the first new point is this one here. This is my new point, and another new point is somewhere here. Okay, let me adjust this point here. This point is supposed to be there. See that? Good, right? So go ahead labeling these new points. Label this point as, because this was A, automatically this point becomes B, but not necessary. You can use any other letter, like say F, R, you know, any letter from A, B, C, D, up to Z, you can do that, right? So there we go. So you have A, that's point A, this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C, right? So we go. See that? Now, what you're going to do is now make another point. Make another point somewhere here. Make another point somewhere here so that we can draw another new line from this point to this point here, so that we can be able to get something we call 90 degrees. 90 degrees. You see that? Now, how do we construct that line? How do we construct that line? We need to use tools, and these tools is this tool here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this pair of compass, set it like this, and then close it like this. Close it. And then I want to make two arcs. I want to make two arcs somewhere here. I want to make two arcs meeting somewhere here. So how do we do that? I come back here. You see this? I stand at this point. Then I open my pair of compass like this. See? I open my pair of compass to that radius, for example, and make sure that your sharp point of your compass should be somewhere here. You see that? Should be somewhere there at that point. And then you are good to go to make another arc at the bottom of this line. Okay, so how do we make it? We make it like that. We make another arc somewhere there. Can you see that? See that arc? Yes. Then don't disturb this pair of compass. Don't disturb this compass. Take this compass, move it somewhere there, The sharp point should be at point C. And then turn around your pair of compass so that now you can come and cut the previous arc like that. That is the point which I was talking about. Now label this point as point say R. You label that point as R, or you can label this point as D, like that. And usually we prefer using a capital letter while labeling the points. Can you see that? Now, you are supposed to connect this point A to point D using a ruler. So connect those points A and B to get a new line. See that? So try to connect those 2 points using a ruler like that. Use a ruler. Set your ruler in such a way that point A and point B are on a straight line. You see? So adjust your ruler until point A and point D are on the straight line. And then connect point A to point D using pencil. Connect that from here until there. All right? Now, how do you check that your construction is correct? When you take the so-called protector. So take your protector like so, take your protector like this, and then put your center of the protector somewhere here, and then rotate to measure your line you have drawn. Can you see that? If you really adjust the center of the pair, the center of the protector, can you see that if you put the center of the protector somewhere here at point A, can you see that? Look at the line you have drawn. It is really shooting at 90 degrees. Can you see that? the line you have drawn is really shooting 90 degrees. And that is what we call a perpendicular at point A. And you can try to look very closely. You can try to look very closely by checking that your construction is correct. Your construction is correct. Now, check that. Try to see what I'm trying to talk about. You see that? Can you see that line? Can you see that line you have drawn? Can you see that line? That line measures 90 degrees. That line measures 90 degrees. You see that? Try to see that? That line measures 90 degrees. That line measures 90 degrees. Okay? Right. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. If you try to measure the size of that angle we have drawn, if you go ahead measuring, see that? If you go ahead measuring, this angle is 90 degrees. And this is what it means by constructing perpendicular lines. So this line here and that line here are known as perpendicular lines. Why? Because they form 90 degrees. So the angle that we have constructed has been picked up, and this is your angle of 90 degrees, meaning that your construction is correct. Your construction is correct. And then just go ahead removing your protector like that. And then please do not delete the axe. Don't remove the axe. Don't remove the axe. These ones here are the ones which we call the axe. Don't remove them. Okay? I hope that is clear. Let me move to question. This is question A. A says that construct the perpendicular at point A. Point A is a point which is on a line. Okay, there we go. We have another question here. P is a point above the line. P is a point above the line. Can you construct the perpendicular from P to the line? Can you construct the perpendicular from P to the line? So this is a different question. Our question A was, A is a point on a line. A is a point on a line. We started drawing a line. We started drawing a point. We started drawing a line and then putting point A on it. And then we constructed a new line, which is perpendicular to that. And some other people prefer showing clearly that this angle here is 90 degrees by putting the symbol of a small square. By putting a symbol of a small square like this. You see that? And that is what it means, a right angle. That is what it means, a right angle. See that? Right. Now let us move on. So this time P is a point above the line. So what we are going to do is start drawing a line. What we are going to do is start drawing a line. How do we draw a line? You take your ruler. So I'm taking my ruler here. This is purely construction. You need tools. If you don't have tools, my dear, it will be very hard for you to actually understand what I'm trying to do. You see that? So you set your, this time I'm not going to set the line this way. Let me try to set the line, draw the line in a different way. Because some people are used to drawing horizontal lines and vertical lines. I don't like that. I use lines which are a little bit confusing. I prefer drawing diagonal lines. So you draw the line anyhow, okay? So you take your ruler, set it like this, and then you're good to go, right? So this time I'm gonna draw, the first time I drew the line going like that. So this time I'm going to draw the line going like so, okay? Don't draw don't draw a very lengthy line. No, draw a convenient. Draw a line with convenient length, not too long, and not too short. So you draw like that. All right. Now remove your ruler. Okay. Now what are they saying? They're saying P is a point above the line. P is a point above the line. So go ahead putting a point which is above the line. So you can put a point somewhere here. See that? You can put a point somewhere here, like so. See that? Bam, that is your point. See that? Good. Right. Then what we're gonna do is be careful. First, label this point. This point, label it as P. Why? Because they said P is a point above the line. Now, what is the question? Construct the perpendicular from P, construct the perpendicular from this point here to the line. Meaning you need to construct a line like that. But we don't do that. We don't do mechanically like that. We need to use tools. We need to use tools to draw that line. Okay? What are those tools? The tools I'm talking about is this ruler here, which helped me to draw this line over here. And also we don't need a protector at all. We don't need a protector at all. The protector will be there to help us check. This protector here will be there to check if our construction is correct. You see that? So for now, temporarily, let me hide this protector. I don't need that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is take my protector. Sorry, take my pair of compass. Take my compass. Then this time, remember they say P is a point above the line. Construct the perpendicular from P to the line. Okay, the perpendicular will start from P to the line. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my pair of compass, close it like that, close it like this, and then put my sharp point somewhere here. You see this sharp point? Anyway, let me open it. You see this sharp point there? Put it here on point P, put it like that. And then try to adjust, see that? Try to adjust, open your pair of compass in such a way that you can now cut this line, you see that line? Cut it, make an arc, make a clear arc, you see? Make a clear arc like that. Cut that line, cut it. Don't get scared of the line, cut it. And this smooth curve, which I'm drawing, is known as, the smooth curve I have drawn is known as an arc, that is an arc. See that? This is an arc. So you don't have to label that. Remove it, put it there, and you're good to go. See that? Now, after cutting this line on this side, also turn around your pair of compass, and come closely, cut that line at that point again, cut it. But don't be excited. Don't be excited to the extent that you draw a circle like that. No, don't draw a circle like that here. Don't draw a circle like that. Just draw arcs. Just draw what? Just draw arcs. See that? Okay. Then after drawing the two arcs, one arc on this side and the other arc on that side, then go ahead labeling these points. So go ahead labeling these points here. So you label this point as, say, this was P. So I can label this point as F, and this point I can label it as R, for example. Okay, but sometimes they tell you the letters to be used. So this point, I'm going to label this point as F, capital, and I'm going to label this point as, say, Q, for example. So I'm going to use Q, for example. See that? Okay. Now, this time, this is the tricky part I want to explain. This time, we are not going to disturb. We are not going to disturb that. We are not going to disturb. Remember this. This is very tricky. Remember that this pair of compass, don't disturb it. Do not disturb it. This, don't open and close. Don't open and close this pair of compass. leave this pair of compass undisturbed so that you can now come and stand at this point. You can now come with this compass undisturbed. You can now come here, put your sharp point here at point Q, and then turn it around in such a way that you are able now, you are capable of drawing. You are capable of drawing two arcs. You are capable of drawing two arcs, which one will be here, which one will be here. Can you see that? One will be somewhere there. Another one will be drawn somewhere there, sorry, somewhere there, but while standing at point F, you come and stand at point F. You see that sharp point? Stand at F, and then turn around your pair of compass so that you can now cut that arc. There we go. We have got another point, which we have to mark it as point T, for example. We can mark this point as point T. So mark this point as point T. Can you see that? So far, so good, yeah? Now, let me show you surprises. We have two surprises. The first surprise is this. The first surprise is this. When you take your ruler, put it here. When you take your ruler, put it this, put it here. See that? Put your ruler there. Keep adjusting your ruler to point P. Keep adjusting. You'll be surprised that this point and that point P will be on straight line. If they're not on straight line, then you are wrong somewhere. But what I can say is that the 2 points are on a straight line. Can you see that? Cool, yeah? Perfect. Then how do we draw the line? How do we draw a line? Basically, this point has to be named. Named like maybe W. You can name this point as W, then you're good to go. Now, the first surprise is this, that when you join this point, when you put your ruler from this point to that point, this should give you a straight line. But the second surprise, which will be the conclusion, is when you take a protractor and measure the angle if it is really right angle. So you go ahead, drawing a line from here. Okay, go ahead, drawing a line to there. Draw a line to the line. Can you see that? Stop there. But the way how you set a ruler in such a way that it is starting from here, from this point to that point, and it should be really a straight line. You see that? Okay. Then you can take out your ruler. Like that, and then bring the confirmation. The confirmation here, your confirmation is a protector. Your confirmation is a protector to check if your construction is correct. So what I'm going to do, take this protector, put the center here, and then adjust your center until, you see that? Put the center of the protector at this right angle. Can you see that? Adjust it nicely. You'll be surprised that that will give you 90 degrees. Can you see that? Can you see that your 90 degrees of the protector, is exactly matching with the line you have drawn. Let me show you using my tool there. So if you go around, see that? That is your 90 degrees. And that shows that your construction is really correct. And let us try to hit that. Can you see? That is the angle which I'm talking about. The angle which I have constructed is 90 degrees, which really mean that the two lines are perpendicular. Thank you very much. Now let us stop here for today. Tomorrow or the next session, I'm gonna upload a video which will show you not the construction of perpendicular lines. The construction of perpendicular lines is done. And then the next session, I'm going to explain you how do we put a shape inside a circle. How do we put a shape inside a circle? And the process of putting a shape inside a circle is known as inscribing shapes in circles. So I'm going to show you what does it mean by inscribing a shape in a circle. So stay tuned. I'll be back next session. I'll be showing you how do we put a specific shape inside a circle. And that is what we call inscribing shapes in circles. And the shapes, there are so many shapes out there, but the shapes which I'll be focusing on are, number one, I'll show you how do we put a square inside a circle. How do we put a regular octagon inside a circle? I'll also show you how do we put an equilateral triangle inside a circle. And lastly, but not least, I'm going to show you how do we put a regular hexagon inside a circle. For now, we can stop here. My name is Zebron Ernest, a teacher at Ali Muntazili Islamic Seminary. Without further delay, I'm going to say bye-bye for now. Stay safe. Bye. Zebron here.